Hello guys. Nice to see you again. Let me introduce once more as we haven't met for some time. I am Stephanie, a surgeon telling you anatomy. My topic today is life in my stomach. Have you ever think about what is your stomach and what is really happening inside you every day? Now let's go ahead to see. Stomach is a foregut structure, the most dilated part of gastrointestinal tract. Although variable in size, shape and position, it is usually J-shaped. It stays in left hypochondrium, epigastrium and its lower part extending to the umbilicus. It is placed between the esophagus and duodenum in the upper part of the tummy. Stomach can be divided into cardia, fundus, body, anthrum and the pylorus. Here again, cardia, fundus, body, anthrum and the pylorus. Stomach has two curves, the greater and the lesser curvatures. Greater curvature extends from the left of esophagus over the fundus to the pylorus, and gives attachment to the gastrosplenic ligament and the greater omentum. Here, you can see the pyloric sphincter. Please note three different muscle layers, outer longitudinal, middle circular and inner oblique. This is the dissected stomach. There are many folds inside, which are known as ruggi. Anteriorly, there is left lobe of liver, diaphragm and the anterior abdominal wall. Below, there is transverse mesocolon and splenic flexure of colon. Behind, there is lesser sac separating stomach from a group of structures known collectively as the stomach bed, the diaphragm above, spleen and splenic vessels, pancreas, left kidney and left suprarenal gland. In this diagram, stomach is removed to see the stomach bed structures. Now, let's see how stomach get its nutrients. There are 5 named arteries supplying the stomach. Left and right gastric arteries, left and right gastroepiploic arteries and short gastric arteries. You can see these arteries here. We need to go a bit deeper to understand the arterial supply of the stomach. Stomach is a foregut structure, so it gets its arterial supply from the celiac trunk, which comes directly from the aorta. Aorta gives of one of its anterior branches called the celiac trunk. The celiac trunk has 3 branches, the hepatic artery, the left gastric artery, and the splenic artery. The 3 branches can be remembered in the mnemonic, go straight home. G for left gastric, S for splenic and H for the hepatic arteries. Splenic artery gives of left gastroepiploic artery and short gastric arteries. Hepatic artery branches into right gastric artery and gastroduodenal artery. Gastroduodenal artery is further subdivided into right gastroepiploic artery and superior pancreatic duodenal artery that goes to the pancreas. So, left and right gastric arteries supply the lesser curve. Left and right gastroepiploic arteries supply the greater curve, and short gastric arteries supply the fundus of stomach. Here are more drawings about the blood supply of stomach. To summarize, stomach is rich of blood supply and its arteries anastomose each other. Gastric veins pass to the portal vein either directly or via the splenic or superior mesenteric veins. Anterior and posterior vagal trunks enter the abdomen through the esophageal hiatus to control the stomach and other parts of the digestive system. Lymphatic drainage is to the celiac group of preaortic nodes, via nodes along the left gastric artery, nodes in the porta hepatis and nodes around splenic artery and greater curvature. In this picture, lesser sac is opened up to see lymph nodes associated with the branches of celiac trunk. This photo is to show the direction of lymph flow. Histologically, stomach is made up of stratified to single-layered columnar epithelium. There are a variety of cells in the gastric wall, namely, mucus-secreting cells, parietal cells, peptic cells and endocrine cells. For about 1 cm ring at the cardia, the glands are shorter and the cells are all mucus-secreting. In the main part, the body of the stomach, the straight test tube-like glands whose cells include the peptic and parietal cells secrete pepsin and hydrochloric acid respectively. Parietal cells also secrete intrinsic factor, which is necessary for the intestinal absorption of vitamin B12. In the pyloric region, the glands are like coiled test tubes and again the cells are all mucus-secreting. This part contains most of the gastrin-producing endocrine G cells, as well as D cells which secrete somatostatin. Chromaffin endocrine cells in both body and pyloric regions produce serotonin and endorphin. As we know the anatomy of stomach, we can apply the knowledge clinically. Benign gastric ulcers are mostly stay along the lesser curvature, whereas malignant gastric ulcers can be found in any part of the stomach. OGD-scopy, looking inside the esophagus, stomach and first part of duodenum through a camera tube, is now regarded as the gold standard investigation for gastric and duodenal diseases. Gastric cancer may spread via left thoracic duct so that the left supraclavicular lymph node is enlarged. This is known as Troisier's sign. Thank you so much for your kind attention. May we all safe.